Hey, what's up everyone? Sage here, and I wanted to show off what I'm working on. So my next project, now that Reclusive Bay is finished, is Solaris. That's the project that I've been mentioning and talking to you guys about. But before I get in and show what kind of stuff I've done with it, I wanted to go over some of the stuff that I changed in this VN versus Reclusive Bay. So, hearing a lot of feedback, people thought that the choices, they could have been better, right? There's always like a best choice, right? Like you would never choose this option if you knew what this option gave, right? So there's always a best choice. In this game, it's not going to be like that, and I'll show you some examples when I get into it. Another thing is the text color. So I probably got like 1,300,000 and 2,200 complaints about the text color. This one, I fixed the text color. There might be some areas that might need adjustment, but you'll see once we get in there and how it looks and everything. So I fixed the text color and made it a lot easier on the eyes. Traveling within a game. So when we were free roaming in Reclusive Bay, people didn't like the arrows, felt it was confusing. I completely got rid of that, and I'm pretty excited about the new way I'm going to be doing the free roam. I'll show you that too. And there was a problem with a cross between the sandbox and a VN. Like some people be like, oh, this is a sandbox. Others be like, no, this is a VN. Well, this one is set up to be like other VNs, like College Kings or Being a Dick. It's mainly just a VN with some free roam areas or whatnot. So that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm going to be shooting for in this visual novel. The bigger choices, they didn't have a big enough impact. So people made these choices throughout the game, but it just all like piled on at the end, I think was the main problem. And there wasn't enough significance in the middle, right? So this is going to take care of that as well. It'll be more branching, and it'll make every playthrough different based off these branchings. The UI feedback from the PC, I changed it in Solaris as well. People wanted to read emails and check it whenever, wherever you were at in the game. Now, in Solaris, you'll be able to see it while you're in free roam, while the story is going. It's just going to be a VN, but you'll be able to check it anywhere you are at while you are in Solaris. So that out of the way, let me show you some of the stuff that I've done with this. So let's start a new game. And this is one of the biggest things that I find that's really going to bring the game out right here.
This game uses computer-animated voices to read dialogue. If that is not something you want, you can turn off voices in the settings menu.
So,
I wish I knew then what I know now.
That being said, the whole game is voice acted. So it's all animated AI voice acting, but it's all voice acted. So with that out the way, let's go ahead and get into some minor choices. So this is one of the minor choices. So you have attack and you have counter. The difference between these two options is one gives strength, one gives intellect. So it really doesn't matter which one you pick, they will both be beneficial. There's going to be checks on all of these choices. So just because you went some strength here, some intel here, and then you had this check, but the check can fail. So if you fail, there will be a different outcome. But failing is not a bad thing because you get extra stats when you fail. So it kind of balances out depending on what you're shooting for, what you are trying to get out of it. This is also not going to be a harem game. I forgot to mention that. So this is going to be, there will be threesomes and that kind of stuff, but there's not going to be like, I can have all the women. It's going to be a pick your path kind of thing. So let's get into this. I'll show you like a more significant choice. So this right here, oh yeah.
The choice is entirely
Got a little
yours.
cool little screen up here while you're going through the next scenario or whatever of whichever choice that you pick. So you got two different choices. This will go to the maintenance bay, this will go to the medical bay. each one has their own set things. So let's go with the medical maintenance bay, and we'll just fly through this stuff.
I only had to dispose of one guy, too. Talk about...
Clearly, I haven't gone through this.
Now,
all this. So let's go ahead and just rush through this real quick.
Well,
and then
I think I'll hang tight here and see if I... If not...
I said that's G. Rob, I'm
All right, thanks.
Now...
So all these things gave...
Now to see what... Why are all the rebels literally...
All these choices that I made tweaked either strength or stealth or intellect. And I'll show you the stats and where you can see all that stuff when we get to the free roam portion. So, boop. Oops.
I am...
Well, Kai, you killed. Fine.
No.
Catch.
Please.
I would command. Try not.
All fully voice
there is...
acted.
The commander should be on his way in now.
There's no way he is up to par.
Alright, so right now I'm just trying to rush to get to the free roam to show you the rest of the stuff that I'm working on. And I'll show off this really cool animation.
Oh, I'm shaking in my
I added a
boots now.
bunch of these type animations in Solaris already. I wanted to try and like really make the area feel more alive. So I put these animations in here. So there's going to be quite a few animations throughout the game. See how the action failed, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad because you gain more stats when you fail.
Yeah, they will go.
Now...
I also heard a lot of feedback about the MC. The MC was too wishy-washy. The MC was too soft. Kind of went with the flow too much. So this MC is not going to be like Reclusive Bay's MC
Come on.
whatsoever.
Jared Vol.
Yep.
Yes, Commander.
And here, we're at the free roam. So this is going to be the new UI while you're in free roam. So you can see the objectives, what you got to do. This is the area that you're in. That's why it's colored out. And then these are the different areas that you can go to. So I made it a lot more pleasant on the eyes and made it just really spruced it up. So now I'm going to go into showing what the UI looks like. So right here is the, I guess you can call it phone, or I just call it the UI. But you can change the background, and there will be added backgrounds, and it all depends on choices that you made or whatnot. So that's going to be another reward rather than stats. One choice you might get a different, be able to use a different background. That's been in my forethought anyways. So here is a glossary, so you can see the weapons, and then there's even a play button so it reads it for you.
This is a short-range pistol with 6 rounds in the clip. It is best used in close-quarter combat because the accuracy is very poor. This model is outdated and mainly used for training purposes only.
There's a lot more sounds in this game. I already have more sound effects in Solaris than in the whole entire Reclusive Bay. This is your story. So it says this is a choice that we made. We went to the engineering bay where you met one of the characters named Zoe, and then you can see the intellect and strength. So that is the current stats based on what I chose. So then here's the contacts. You can get like a little bio, squad leader. This is the affiliation. So how the person feels towards you, it'll be shown right here. Because you gain behavior stats, and there's also a how do you put it? Almost like a relationship. It's like a second step to behavior. So there's behavior and then there's relation. So every so often on behavior, you have a chance to build your relation, but your behavior has to be high enough for that relation to go up. So you can see the bio on that. You see the little text messages. If you can't do a text message, it's grayed out. And then here is the new text message. And then you pick your choice. So there'll be choices on when you text back or whatever. if there are choices. Some of them just, you know, straight text. And that is how that works. And you can also I can also send pictures in that. So I'll be sending pictures and stuff through some of the text depending on choices or how the game flow and whatnot. So there is a lot to be excited for on this, and I will try to get an update on a release on this. I'm hoping to have this in a month, at least to supporters. So I hope you found. Ooh, go ahead and close out of this.
Now that everything is finalized and functioning as it
Let her
should,
talk.
I must take my leave and track Jared down. There are several bodies that will need to be hauled to the morgue.
All right, so that's what I wanted to show you guys. I got a lot more work to do before I can even do a first update release, but I'll let you guys know. I'm going to start giving weekly updates to supporters and whatnot versus once a month, or because I was on a 1 month interval. This is going to be completely different. It's wherever I can stop. That's a good time to actually put a pause to do a release. So it might be 2 months, it might be 3 months, I don't know. But I'm going to try and at least do one update every 2 months at most, because that starts to stretch too much. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it informative, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.